Let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings a little bit. A little bit different this year than last year, Chris. You know, a little bit different. Now, I don't think Kirk is the issue, though, right? Kirk is not seemingly the problem. You got people in New York saying, we'll trade for Kirk Cousins right now. Get him over here. Get him out of there. What does this year look like for the Vikings, you think, after this first 2-week start?
Well, I'm going to take you back to last year. And last year, they could have easily finished 10-7. I mean, all those late-minute comebacks. And to me, they're not a team that has – they're not the top 10 talented teams in the NFL. I do like what they're doing as far as their front office, their general manager, the type of players they're looking at, and with their coach. I do believe that he is special. So for me, I thought there was going to be a correction coming this season. Kirk Cousins has never been the problem in Minnesota, but they're undersized on the offensive line. Their center's undersized. Now their center's hurt. Their best offensive lineman, left tackle, he's been out. You let Dalvin Cook walk out the door as if anybody can rush for 1,500 yards. It's just waking up like that's going to be easy to replace. Adam Thielen, his leadership's gone from there. So for me, I'm not surprised that a correction wouldn't come. I got shocked when they lost to Tampa Bay week number 1, but you know, it's going to be a tough, long season there in Minnesota.
And Tampa looks a lot better than any of us could have imagined. Mm-hmm. Congrats to Baker.
Yeah,
Congrats to Baker. Seemingly finding it down there. Excited to see how it goes. Darius has a question for you.
Yes, sir. CC, you talked about it being a grind. Obviously, football being hard. Great to see you, man. But wide receiver seems like one of those positions where guys are kind of hitting the ground running. You saw Justin Jefferson come in and be great early. Jamar Chase, Chris Olave. What is it about that position in today's NFL that it seems like these guys come in and are productive almost immediately?
Bro, it's good seeing you, man. I think you do a great job on the show.
Hell yeah, D-Butt.
Appreciate you, CC.
No, you'll do a great job on the show. But the reason why wide receivers, and it's because of the culture of football. And that culture doesn't just start at the NFL. It starts to the mom start taking little 8-year-old Johnny and Susie out and playing flag football. So right now, the coaching of younger kids is better than ever. 7-on-7, flag footballs at an all-time high. And then also, so now guys are comfortable with the ball in their hands. So now when you go to college, guess what Nick Saban likes to do? He's going to throw the ball. Guess what LSU is doing now? They're throwing the ball. Guess what Ohio State's doing now? They're throwing the ball. So wide receiver is the old running back. We used to be able to get running backs into the NFL and just put him back there and he could tote the rock.
Yep.
Now wide receivers are that because they've played so much wide receiver. People are throwing the ball at earlier ages. So that overall development is now in the NFL. It's nice that college football is so exciting with the passing game. So that's the reason why we see guys developing and putting up big numbers early in their career.
Justin Jefferson, alien, bro. He seems like since day one, right? I mean, how often have you chatted with him? But watching him just kind of do his thing, regardless, he's getting like 120 in the first half, and everybody knows he's the focal point of the offense. Why is he so special, and how much have you gotten a chance to interact with him?
Well, I interact with him an awful lot. He's a very, very humble individual. He respects the great tradition of wide receivers that we've had there in the purple. He wants information of how to get better. He does everything the right way around the facility. I mean, they are going to pay him probably $34 to $38 million within the next year.
Hey, way to go. Way to go, wide receivers.
Damn.
Huh? Way to go.
Let's get it up there.
But it's all those reasons, I assume, why he's so good, is what it sounds like.
But he's so deserving. And the reason why, he has the gait of a wide receiver. Very seldom you ever see his feet coming parallel together, which is a no-no for wide receivers. You always see his feet out this way. His acceleration in and out the breaks is special. He's a lot like Isaac Bruce as far as doing things like that. Catching the ball in traffic, defeating the double team. He's a football savant. The coach tells me because they move him around every position in the offense. He's able to remember all those things. So special football player that we're witnessing every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whenever he laces them up, man, something great can happen.
Hold on. My mind's blown. What did you mean about the feet? What are we talking about the feet? His feet are...
They don't come together. because that's a bad position for wide receivers. You always want to be elongated one way or another because you can accelerate. You can't accelerate from this position. It's the worst position a wide receiver could ever be in. I mean, I know a little bit about it, Pat, just a little bit. You want to have your feet stacked. Ask the defensive back. Ask him what he would do with wide receivers if their feet are close together, or once their feet come together, what are you gonna do? You're gonna latch on to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get sticky on them.
I just, as you did the thing, I was like, what a fascinating way to describe why somebody's great. I never even thought of that. I guess it makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, everything after you break it down, he's just built to be a wide receiver, it sounds like. Like he's just built to be an NFL wide receiver.
I think last year you went to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Well, I've been before. That guy went over there, though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the paddock, you see the horses walking. And take this the right way. There's a certain gait to an athlete. You can see him. You can see the way he carries himself, the way his shoulders, the way his hips move, the way he sinks down his bottom. Like he runs like he's 5'7". Because the taller you are as a wide receiver, the worse it is for the position, because the higher your hip joint is off the ground, the harder it is to get it down low to make quick breaks. But he can transition in and out of his routes the best in the game right now.
So I don't know who said it first, but somebody on TV during the draft combine coverage said, I just want to see a big ass. You know, like that's one of those things though about like athletes, not only like the way they walk, but the way an athlete is built too. You can normally tell how somebody's going to be. That's why whenever we saw Kirk Herbstreit's kid, Jake Herbstreit, shoot a basketball, and he couldn't even hit the back, like this guy couldn't even hit the back, where it was like, everything about you says athlete. Yes. Everything about you. And then we do some athletic stuff and you don't do it. We understand completely what you're saying. Literally just happened.
Let me tell you, one of the greatest big butt athletes of all time. And you guys make sure you tweet it out there, Instagram it out. Larry Fitzgerald. His booty is ginormous.
Pretty good. I mean, if you got a big ass, you're going to catch 10 catches a game for 25 years. I think that's what Larry Fitzgerald did. And then you're going to get called out on Chandler Jones's Instagram.
Yeah.
That's going to happen immediately after.